So a thread on MMO Champion was recently polling to see whether people felt that the spell Mana Burn should be removed from the game, or whether it should be at least modified. Those arguing against the spell claim that it's unfair that priests should be able to keep the spell since it was removed from locks. Others said that mana is a resource meant to be managed and that it shouldn't be able to be stripped away by an opponent just spamming a spell. The proponents of the spell argued that it has a 2.5 second cast time and that it's easily avoided by LOSing, shapeshifting, or interrupting the spell. As a dedicated PvPer who plays a Resto Shaman and a Resto Druid, I can say that I have disliked this spell for a very long time. But I wouldn't go as far as to say it needs to be removed from the game. There is no problem with the mechanic, but a problem with the execution. The trouble with this spell is that unlike damage spells or CCs, it's very hard to come back once that cast has gotten off. You know, you can't just heal yourself back up. It's very unlikely you're going to be able to get out of combat to drink with a semi-competent team against you. Now add the ability to cast the spell over and over and you do have a real problem. Very simply, the spell is overpowered and can shift an arena match or battleground in favor of the priest very easily. Now I think it's a cool concept, and I think it's important to keep spells like this in the game so that we have diversity among the classes. Now I really enjoy trying to strategize and come up with different ways to overcome different teams' tactics, but when one person can fear you and then get 3 mana burns off in the duration of that fear, that seems like an unfair advantage to me. Those in favor of the spell say that if that's happening to you, then your team is doing something wrong. But let's be fair here. In an arena match when CCs, interrupts, and slows are flying everywhere, that's a very unfair generalization, especially if that priest is paired with a mage or a rogue. Don't even get me started on mages. The truth is, no other class of healer has such a strong offensive spell. Purges, interrupts, cyclones, none of those compare to Mana Burn in its strength. Some people have suggested putting a cooldown on the spell or increasing the mana cost for the user. I think both of those ideas could help combat the problem of spamming that spell, but here's another way to look at it. What about a diminishing return on the spell, where each time it is cast, it takes away less and less mana until it becomes useless for a short time. And then when the diminishing return resets, then it starts all over. Much like it is with fears or cyclones. I think doing that would put it on par with other healers' abilities. So what do you think? Do you think this spell is overpowered? Why or why not? Do you think it should be left in game? Should it be removed or should it be modified?